It looks like you're doing some research for your next apartment here in Dallas. More specifically, maybe you're scoping out spots in Deep Ellum. If that's the case, you're gonna wanna check out this video because we're gonna be covering the floor plans, pricing, incentives, the pool, the gym, the parking garage, guest parking, you name it. So that way you can get an idea on if Indy Deep Ellum could be a good choice for you. If it's your first time swinging by the channel, welcome. My name's Lucas. I'm a realtor here in Dallas, and every single day I got people blowing me up like you and 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 you, buying condos and renting apartments all over the city. So if you ever have any questions about anything that I cover, feel free to drop me a line. All of my information is below in the description, and I'd be more than happy to help answer any questions that you might have. So without any further ado, let's go check out Indy Deep Ellum. Welcome to Indy Deep Ellum, and there is a building right behind it that might look familiar. And Indy was built in 2019, just 231 units, resting on 5 floors, comprised of studios, 1 bedrooms, and 2 bedrooms. And if you don't know much about the neighborhood, feel free to check out this video if you want to get an idea on some of the entertainment options, as we are just a hop, skip, and a jump from the best skyline in Texas. And there is a coffee shop attached to Indy called Pax and Beneficia, of which I had never been to, and I wanted to check it out. I had seen their other location before in Victory Park, which is where I live. They sell a lot of in-house syrups as well as coffee beans. Just a really cool spot to bang out some quick work. And I had also heard that they had a pretty bomb breakfast menu, so I checked out the avocado toast for 15 bucks. And don't ask me why I paid $15 for a slice of toast. Sometimes white people just be acting weird. And coming through the lobby, the leasing office is off to the side, and there's also a conference room as well as the entrance to the gym, of which we are going to cover later. So I thought it was interesting that they give you amenity access right off the back. Buildings will typically have you walk past the leasing office and then go through the hallway and up the elevator in order to access things like the gym and work from home spaces. So I thought it was cool that Indy front loaded these for you. And then for guest parking, a lot of people try to park in the alley behind the building here, which I wouldn't really recommend because it's a tow-away zone. Plus there's just not a ton of visibility or security back here. You can park out front along the curb as well. And then guests can also pay to park here in the retail parking on the first floor, and then resident parking will be all of the floors above, of which is attached to the apartment homes themselves. And I also noticed a few charge point stations in case you're rocking with EV. And then heading to the floor plans, we've got 3 elevators, 2 for everyday use and then 1 for freight, which leads us to our A1, which kind of felt more like a junior 1 bedroom since it had dual action barn doors and no windows in the bedroom. And for context, we're on the 7th floor facing outward, so we're going to get a ton of vitamin D, as the windows here actually kind of surprised me with how large they were. So really not bad for a mid-rise. And then all hardwood throughout the living room, bedroom, and closet, and then tile in the bathroom, of which I forgot to walk into, but it is a tub shower combo. And all in all, very modest for the smallest 1 bedroom here. Not bad for 1,300 bucks. And now we've got the A6 down on the 4th floor facing outward, just like the last one. And I want to make a quick note on the finishes since we are now on an even numbered floor. Even number floors will get black and light cabinets like this one, and then odd number floors will get the black on black with the gold hardware, which I kind of like better. I think it looks more aesthetic. So you'll see the black on black again in the next floor plan when you see the 2-bedroom. But anyways, all in all, I think these units are very clean. You've got the smoked out fridge, of which you'll see when I turn around here in a sec. It's kind of different. This is the only building I've ever seen with black appliances over the stainless, and then a pretty sizable closet in the A6. So for those of you that are sneakerheads, or if you just have a bunch of purses and bags, then you might want to earmark the A6. And last but not least is our B4 on the 7th floor. So now we have my favorite black and gold finish. Both bedrooms can fit king beds comfortably, and it's actually pretty comparable to the A6 that we just saw in terms of layout and sizing. But all in all, Indie Deep Ellum really impressed me with the floor plans here, especially with the lower price points. The units have big windows, no carpet, and a super smooth finish out, which makes this property one of the biggest bang for your buck in the entire city. So quick pause. If you're getting any value whatsoever from this video, then you got to do this thing. Just like all these people are doing. They're doing it for one reason, which is every building has a public promotion or a public incentive. And because I have relationships with these properties, depending on your timeline, floor plan, and budget, I could help you capture additional incentives and move-in bonuses, of which could help make your living situation just a little more affordable, because the buildings actually incentivize me to bring new residents through the door. So it's not like you'd be cutting me a check for my services. That's being taken care of by the building. So it's absolutely no sweat off your back to go ahead and reach out. If you do decide to reach out, I promise that I will do absolutely the best that I can for you. So moving over to the gym, I'm just going to address the elephant in the room. It's a little dark as we're on the ground facing the parking garage, so not a ton of sunlight gets in here. Also, the dumbbells only go up to 50, so keep that in mind. I then saw 2 treadmills, 1 Stairmaster, and then a Smith machine in the corner. So I probably wouldn't spend too much time in here if I lived at Indy, mainly because I need higher dumbbells and at least 1 loose barbell, but could be a good spot if you're more of a casual gym goer or if you're crunched for time.
Just to grind at the beans, just to work at that cafe. Now I grind at the beats and niggas cap without the frost. I went and found myself while you were out getting lost. Nothing really changed, set the money in my pocket. Speaking of my name, young boy, better watch it. I ain't never stop unless I'm rotting in the coffin. I did it all from home, now these niggas pay me homage. I used to mix drinks, now I mix vocals. Used to skip roll calls, now they want my photos down. I wish I could do it again, but then I won't be who I am. And I really love who I am. I used to skip out on exams, now I write hits with my pen. I used to play streets for a 10, now I get booked for a 10. For my iPhone 5, yeah, baby, you hit me up all night. See, lately I've been quite alright. If you with me, better ride or die.
And then in the lounge, I didn't notice any private rooms or work from home stations, so all of that is mainly going to be down in the lobby. But with that said, you could still work up here, you just won't have the privacy, as the space is more for the resident events with a humongous bar, as well as an event space for residents if you want to host a private party.
I gotta upgrade, niggas preschool, about time you move on upgrade. Up, where I say you can take the escalator, I will take the staircase. iPhone 5, yeah, baby, you hit me up all night. See, lately I've been quite alright.
The pool is also on the same floor as the lounge, and it has some pretty unique tile work on the bottom, as there is a portrait of a woman, and I've never seen this at any pool at any building, and I only counted like a dozen lounge chairs, which I thought was kind of low given there's over 200 units here, but the space is kept very, very clean, just like the rest of the amenity areas. That is going to wrap us up here at Indy Deep Ellum. And after watching this video, you're probably thinking one of two things. The first thing could be, okay, I love the area, I love the pricing, I think I'm ready to apply. I wonder if Lucas can get me a better promo. If that's the case, shoot me a text and I will do absolutely the best I can for you to capture the best incentive, as well as getting you in touch with the right people here at the property. Then the second thing you might be thinking, you might still be scratching your head. Okay, I like the building, the pricing is good, but do I want to live in Deep Ellum? What about Victory Park? What about Uptown? What about Design District? And if that's the case,
Feel free to check out this playlist because I have vlogged buildings just like this one over all of these neighborhoods, of which will be helpful if you're doing some more research. With that, y'all stay safe, y'all stay out of trouble, and we'll catch you in the next video. Y'all be good.